When people heard that Chet Hanks, the son of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, was living in a trailer park, they assumed the worst. Because let's be honest, when you come from that level of success, people expect a certain lifestyle. Luxury homes, private spaces, everything polished. Not a trailer park. But the reality is completely different. Because this wasn't about losing something. It was about choosing something. The decision didn't happen randomly. It started with a shift in direction. Chet Hanks had been focusing more on music, specifically country music, with his band Something Out West. And to take that seriously, he needed to be in the right place. So he moved to Nashville. At first, he did what most people do, short-term rentals, temporary spaces, nothing permanent. But over time, that started to feel exhausting, constantly moving, constantly adjusting. And at the same time, he already had a fully furnished condo waiting for him back in Los Angeles. So the question became simple. Why keep living temporarily? That's when something unexpected influenced his decision. A trip. During a visit to Carmel by the Sea, he experienced life in an Airstream trailer. And something about it stuck. The simplicity, the control, the independence. It wasn't about luxury anymore. It was about lifestyle. And once he got a taste of that, he didn't want to go back. So instead of following expectations, he made a different choice. He moved into a trailer park in Nashville. And immediately people started making assumptions. Dangerous, uncomfortable, temporary. But according to him, none of that is true. In fact, he described it as the opposite. Quiet, safe, and surprisingly calm. Most of his neighbors aren't even his age, they're retirees. People decades older living peacefully, minding their own business. And his daily routine is not dramatically different from anywhere else. Staying in, watching Netflix, living simply, which is exactly the point. Because for him, this wasn't about proving anything. It was about creating an environment where he could focus on music, on growth, on building something real. And it's already starting to show. He and his band recently performed at the 2026 Stagecoach Music Festival, one of the biggest country music events. And in the crowd was his father, Tom Hanks, watching, supporting, and proving something important. Because sometimes, success doesn't look like what people expect. And sometimes, choosing a different path is exactly what moves you forward. So now the real question is, would you trade comfort for focus, if it meant getting closer to what you actually want?